Hi everyone, this is Sana Ali here, one of the founders and directors of Property Twins. Today, I have invited one of our mortgage broking and buyer's agency clients, Richard, to speak with us about his investment property journey and how Richard was able to purchase 2 investment properties in less than 5 months. So Richard bought 2 properties in Southeast Queensland, and both properties have seen double-digit growth in less than 12 months. So hi, Richard. Thank you so much for making the time to speak with me today. And I'm looking forward to you sharing more about your journey with Property Twins and what you've achieved so far.
Hi, Sana. How you going?
Thanks, Richard. Richard, I guess diving into the questions, please would you tell us a bit about yourself, what you do, where you live, a bit about your family?
I'm 50 years old. I've been married for 21 years with 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl. I'm currently a project manager for a large electric company based in Sydney. I live in Sydney, in Clemton Park, and it's my current home, and I've been here for 19 years. It was Mel and I's first home we purchased together. And look, all in all, I think I've been pretty fortunate in life. Nothing really to complain about, I suppose.
Awesome. So Richard, you mentioned you'd owned your home for a while and you'd been thinking of property investing when we first spoke. So what was important about starting your investment property portfolio?
Having the ability really to help my kids when they get older. I mean, that was pretty important to me. I could see the market was becoming so far out of reach for first-home buyers. I found it really hard to see how my kids would ever get into the market. You know, like obviously the way the trend was sort of going, and once they're old enough, and decide to plan for their own future, I just couldn't see how they would get in there into the property market. So I think it was a decision for myself and Melissa to do what we can to try and help them out, in their future.
Down the track, so lock in some assets at today's prices and for future gains for your kids to use. So obviously everyone's got different drivers. When clients come to us, some are looking for financial freedom, security, stability, and others are looking like yourself to set up their kids for the future. So how long have you been feeling this way for that we need to do something?
Probably about, I reckon, easy 5 years. I mean, I was that guy that just watch a lot of stuff online, and you just sort of see people and they talk about property investing and whatnot. And I had obviously maybe some trust issues. You just feel like that. Everyone you're sort of looking at online. Are they scammers? I'm not too sure. Yeah. So I suppose trust was probably my biggest fear. Like, you put a lot of your money and your investment into somebody, and then you kind of hope that they're actually genuine.
Yeah.
For me, it was probably trust was probably my biggest fear when it came to investing, and being able to trust somebody, obviously, with they're, I mean, like yourselves, giving this direction and whatnot. So yeah, I think trust was probably the biggest one.
I think trust is a big thing for many people, and also there's so many service providers right out there, and you don't know what you don't know and what you're really looking for, and until such a point that something clicks. And so obviously you chose to work with Property Twins as your mortgage brokers and as your buyer's agent. So tell me more, what was the deciding factor? Obviously you had been doing that research for quite some time.
With Property Twins, I attended your 5-day property addict training, like I think in January last year, in 2022, I think it was. So I attended, and I just thought, like, what, it can't hurt. It's only going to take an hour of my day or whatever it is. I think it was for 5 days, and then the worst thing that can happen is, you just move on with life and just do nothing. So I don't know. When I attended it, I just felt that you guys were genuine. Property Twins were genuine, and you're also quite young. And for me, I just thought, well, you've got a long career ahead of you guys. So I just thought, well, I just felt that you guys were the right fit for me. So I think things just grew from there. And not only that, it's just I'm really time poor, obviously having 4 kids, being a professional, and so was Melissa. So I just knew that I'm not going to be able to do this on my own, because it just won't happen. I just know it won't happen. And that's kind of why that I just thought, look, I'm better off just getting you guys to provide that service for us, and that's the only way it will ever happen. That's just kind of how I felt.
Also, I guess it brings me to my next point, where you're investing hundreds of thousands of dollars, right, in an investment property. And often people are thinking, do I just do it myself, or do I say even go to any bank or any broker or a buyer's agent and choose them based on on their fee. Obviously, it is a big financial commitment, right? When you are working with a buyer's agent to go select a property and you're putting your faith in them to do all that due diligence. So for people who have been doing that, thinking of DIY or choosing a professional based on just what their lowest fee is, what would be your thoughts for that mindset?
Well, for me, I just think if you're really time poor, engage property twins 100%, because I mean, you just made it so easy for us. It just at the end of the day, we were never pressured into doing anything. You consulted with us the whole way through, and you showed us a few properties online, and we discussed it, and yeah, I don't know, if you're time poor, I would just say just do it. Like I know there's a fee there, but at the end of the day, if you don't do it, like you got to look back in 5 years' time, and you're going to say to yourself, when the property's gone up by $200,000, and just look back and go, well, I should have did it. I should have done it. And that's kind of how I was feeling, to be honest. It's just, you just look back and you see the market just keeps increasing, and you just go, well, I should have done something 5 years ago. But I don't regret anything that we've done together, because it's just been excellent, the whole way through.
And I guess thinking about it, right? Like, say when you go for a surgery and you're not going to go looking for the cheapest surgeon, right, out there to do your surgery. And similarly with property, when you're investing hundreds of thousands of dollars, if cost is the only focus, then you miss out on the long-term consequences, say, of a lemon property or buying something you don't want. And obviously you need to see what decisions you're making as you go along. And obviously just looking at your portfolio, combined between the two properties, more than 100 grand gross, and one of them was just purchased in January, combined more than 100K that have been gained. And when the opportunity arises, right, you could potentially look at a third investment property to move forward with the portfolio to continue growing from there on.
Yeah, correct. That's I mean, that's something we'll be looking at in the future. But yeah, at this stage, like, we're very happy with currently where we're sitting, and just absolutely no regrets in anything that we've done to date.
So tell me a bit about how was the experience working with the Property Twins team?
It was excellent. Like I said earlier, you just consulted with us the whole way through. You just, there was transparency the whole way. There was no pressure in anything that, to try and purchase something or whatever it is. If I wasn't sure about something, then we just moved on to the next thing. And it's just, I mean, like, you guys just made it so easy, from the buyer's agency, from just everything. Just like I said, just no regrets at all. It's just, I've been wrapped with currently where we're sitting, and it's been excellent.
In a tight and moving market, hopefully, the properties will continue growing as well. And with Brisbane, the upcoming Olympics should have an impact on what you've acquired so far. And let's say anybody who's researching Property Twins and they're talking to lots of other professionals and thinking whether, they should work with us or should they go elsewhere, what would be your advice to them?
Look, I did my own research, obviously, or not, not too much, but I did my own research. But my advice would be go to Property Twins 100%, because you just provide that level of comfort, I suppose, and I just felt like I could trust you guys the whole way through. Like, I made mistakes, obviously, previously. I mean, I purchased a property, obviously, with my brothers, before I got married. This was new off the plan, and that was a mistake that we made. We lost a little bit of money, obviously, when we sold it 5 years later, but, you kind of live and learn. And, at no stage did you guys try and persuade us to try and purchase off the plan or anything like that, because your methods and your approach was kind of exactly what I was kind of looking for, because I never wanted to purchase new off the plan. I knew that, purchasing the properties that we had was probably the best for us. Like your 5-10 year house, year-old houses and whatnot, was probably the best for us.
Awesome. And Richard, you referred to that you did a bit of research. So what sort of research was it? Like, did you talk to other professionals or?
Oh, not really. I think I spoke to one, but, they started contacting me, and then just didn't have that level of comfort. Like I said to you before, trust was a big thing for me. And then, I don't know, I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character, and if I just don't have that feeling, then I won't proceed with with certain people. And yeah, for some reason, this is before you guys. I started talking to someone. I just didn't get that feeling, and then I just sort of let them go. And
It is often right about the intuition or the gut feel as well.
correct, yeah, and that was my gut feel at the time. I just wasn't comfortable with this individual, and I just thought, no. Then I kind of sort of just sat on my hands for a bit until I came across you guys.
Great. Thank you so much, Richard, for making the time today. And I'm really excited about, how the 2 properties that we purchased for you serve you over the long term and your family as well.
Thank you, Sana. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much.